Yo guys, what up? This is the second time I'm recording this, but I love you guys so much I'm gonna do it again. This is day 4 of my trading recap, and today, for the second time in a row, we took no trades, and this is exactly why I took no trades today. So, let's get right into the news. So, starting off on the 4 hour, we had this big ass bullish fair value gap. We had this big ass bullish fair value gap here. I did anticipate price coming down into this 4 hour gap once we opened. We did do that. It displays pretty good close with this 4 hour didn't inverse. It closed like this. So I'm not gonna take a freaking short when we failed to get a good displacement through this 4 hour. Even if we did displace, let's say this was all one big candle to here. Why go short in here if we got this 4 hour here? Maybe if you got like a good trade, like let's go to the 15 minute, like if right after this candle closed, I don't know, like I can't even, like right after this candle closed, maybe if you come up, return to this gap, there we go. So once this candle closed, if you would have came up here, returned to this gap, displaced, inversed, I would have took shorts down to this gap or just a major low inside of that move right in here. But we got none of that. I also wanted longs. We had didn't we have an 8:30 news high? No, we didn't. We ended up taking out that 8:30 news high. But we also had, let's go look at this real quick. We had this unfilled gap here. Yeah, this is 8:30 news high. It was swept. So that 8:30 news high got swept, and then we just completely dumped from there. I low key, I'm not gonna lie, if you watch the whole uncut edited, my stupid ass thought this was the news high. I don't know why I wasn't looking at the right candle. So I thought this was the news high, and we had this opening gap, and we had a 4 hour gap above right here that I wanted to see price get traded into after maybe something like we tapped into here. Also with this displacement candle not inversing here, and with the 4 hour right under it, shorts were just hard. Like, you're not really gonna catch it. Let's say you waited for this 4 hour inverse, right? And then maybe, like I said, like if we would, maybe with this candle, if we would have came back up to this gap first, and if we would have done something like, I don't know, what's it? So if we would have, like with this candle, if that candle would have came up here, tap wicked out here, and we got a good inverse for shorts. Possibility I could have taken it to this gap, but market just really didn't give me anything I'd like to see, anything that gave me that itch to take a trade, especially after taking out, especially after failing to inverse this 4 hour gap. I really didn't want to short inside of this big ass bullish gap, even though ES did inverse on the 4 hour right here. NQ still had that bullish gap also. ES had this 4 hour bullish gap also. It had this low here. So it was just hard to find a short setup in something with so many bullish gaps. I wanted to see more of my model to present itself to go higher. Primarily up to, I really wanted to see for today, high time frame, I wanted to see us come back up to this 4 hour, tap into like this high here. We did get this bearish SMT here. But the way, we have these bullish gaps here, I just wasn't trying to short, even though now, by looking at it high time frame, we are probably going to come down here and sweep these lows. Could possibly come all the way down over here to sweep a low like this. So yeah, that's pretty much why I could not find a trade today, because I came into here this morning with a bullish bias, and with how we displaced, and it just wasn't worth to me looking for shorts. Just didn't line up with sorry, I could not think today. I just didn't, my bias wasn't clear. I couldn't get everything gathered up to make sure that the trade was going to feel good for me. I just didn't have enough confluences, there we go, to feel like this trade was going to be for me. Just did not. 2 days in a row that we had something like this happen. Hopefully tomorrow we can get some better price action. And we can maybe capitalize from that. But with today, today being how it was, it's okay. We didn't lose any money. Price is just gave us no retracement at all, which sucks. And if anything, I would have wanted to see like a retracement like up here. Like this is something that I would have taken. Like if NQ would have closed here, he would have returned to this gap. I would have maybe taken something to like that major low just because of the bearish SMT, the inverse on the 4 hour on ES, the hourly 4 hour gaps we had underneath, the liquidity that was definitely going to get taken out. I knew that we were probably going to end up taking out this today, and that's why once we were starting to close here and without any like retracements, it just gave me a hard, I didn't have a lot of room to short and make good profits from. But with that being said, I hope this. I feel like with this video, my explanation is kind of terrible. Kind of drained after sitting there all morning, not seeing anything 2 days in a row. So you get the gist. We got no retracement with the high time frame gaps. Longs just didn't seem probable to me. Shorts didn't look probable to me because of the high time frame gaps that we were inside of. We failed on the 4 hour, like I said, on NQ to inverse this. But why trade after we inversed here? Like I said, the only trade I could have seen was if after we inversed this 15-minute here would have came up to this 15-minute gap to give us another entry to go shorter to this 4 hour gap that was right down to here. But we never got any of that, and a little bit of a bummer. It happens. Price just didn't want to do anything. Just wanted to shit. So sometimes you just got to be open-minded and not take a trade. I feel like that's when I feel the best, is when I just don't take a trade anyway. I feel like I can come back tomorrow with a clear mind and get a better, cleaner read on a bias and a narrative for the market. So with that being said, this video is probably close to 10 minutes long already. I want to keep everything about 10 to 15 minutes long. So you guys, and for me, when I go back and rewatch it, I can just get straight to the point and straight to the video. So if you guys like this video and you guys feel like you learned anything, let me know what I could do better on explaining, or if I'm saying too much, I apologize. Everything's uncut, everything's real, and I'm just putting it out there for you guys. You guys can learn from my past mistakes, because a couple years ago I had a huge problem not following my rules, but I got to a point where I'm sick to my stomach if I don't follow my rules anymore. I want this shit to work out really bad, so I'm gonna document me following my rules and staying super disciplined to that. I know for a fact I'll do so. So if you guys like this video, please make sure you throw a thumbs up on it and shoot a subscribe button right here at the bottom of the screen. Thank you guys so much. Go watch the previous video right there about my live trading recap today. Uncut. Every live trading recap I post uncut, so you guys know that I'm real. This is what it is. This is how it goes. Let's show the TradeAway account. Oh, there we go. $0 in the TradeAway account. So it's back-to-back days, no trades. We are still break even on the funded. We're passing this bitch. Even if we don't, we're following our rules to a T. So either way, we're passing this bitch at some point. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe.